A very good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to today's first year civics class. Yesterday, we have discussed, ideas of Gandhism. We have discussed socialism. Okay, then we have discussed individualism also. So today we will discuss another short answer, that is defects of socialism. What are the defects of socialism? Okay. What is socialism? See, in socialism, the society is given more importance than the individual. So, individual has got less importance in socialism. And in this, they try to abolish exploitation and provide justice to all. Okay, socialism, it tries to abolish exploitation. That is, what do you mean by exploitation? Taking advantage. Okay, and providing justice to all. Socialism, it aims at providing justice to all. Everybody should be treated equally. Okay, so the socialism, it advocated, okay, collective ownership and nationalization of means of production. So yesterday also we have discussed this. Okay, it aims at nationalization of means of production, and there should be collective ownership. Private ownership is abolished here. Private ownership is abolished. So what are the defects? Okay, a lot of importance. Sorry, before going to defects, let us see some of the principles, main principles. Lot of importance is given to society than individual. Always remember, wherever the word social comes, okay, it is something related to society. It is something related to society. So in socialism, the importance is given to society, to all the individuals. It does not give importance to individuals. And it abolishes capitalism. Okay, what is capitalism? The ownership is in the hands of rich people, and the rich people, they enjoy the profits. So that has to be abolished. What is happening there in capitalist system? The rich are becoming more rich and the poorer are becoming more poor. Okay. So it abolishes capitalism, and it advocated, or it suggested, that cooperation should be given more importance than competition. Okay. In socialism, they give more importance to cooperation. They said that we should not, compete with each other. Rather, we should cooperate for overall progress. Okay. And it aims at establishing economic equality and nationalization of means of production. So if there is socialism, if we practice socialism, here we can achieve economic equality. We can reduce the gap between rich and the poor. Okay, so then only we can achieve economic equality. When the gap between rich and the poor is reduced, it will be easy for us to achieve economic equality. So that is one of the aim. Achieving economic equality is the aim of socialism, and it says that the means of production should be in the hands of government. Nationalization means it should be in the hands of government. Means of production should be in the hands of government. Government should control the economic activities. Okay, government should control the economic activities. See, in economics, you must have studied economics. It deals with production, distribution, and consumption. Okay, so if the production, distribution is in the hands of government, then we can achieve economic equality. There won't be any rich or the poor. Okay. Am I clear with this? Next, defects. What are the drawbacks? Defects, or we can say drawbacks. Drawbacks of socialism. Okay. The theory was criticized. Some points were criticized. Okay, some problems were found in this. So many of its principles are difficult to implement. Okay, for example, here we are saying that we should encourage cooperation, okay, rather than competition. What happens in competition? The unfit, they get eliminated, right? The unfit will get eliminated. Okay, they get eliminated. So that is the one of the drawback when we are saying that we should encourage cooperation rather than competition. Then the non-performing, organizations will also, participate in it, and they may not, actively participate. So some of its principles were difficult to implement. Then we said that collective ownership should be encouraged. That is impossible. Okay. So example, collective ownership over private property is impractical. I have, for example, I have, property. Okay, I have 2-3 houses. Okay, I have earned those houses with my, hard work. Why will I give it to the others? I won't. That is my private property. Why I should give ownership to the others, to the outsiders? So that is impractical. This point, collective ownership over private property is impractical. So abolition of private property destroys initiative of the individual. See, individuals, they work to improve their standard of living. So when we abolish, when we say that you cannot have your own private property, then for what I should earn, for what I should, contribute. So I will not initiate, I will not come forward for working. Okay, this is another drawback. Then this socialism, it is against individual liberties and freedoms. So in socialism, the individual's liberties and freedoms are opposed, and this will lead to absolute power of the government. The whole control will be in the hands of the government. So why people will work? Government is providing education, government is providing shelter, government is providing food. Why individuals will want to come and work? Okay, so it considered individuals as insignificant, which is not true. Here we are saying that socialism, it gives more importance to the society. Individuals are not much important. This is not true. This is not true. Here, individuals are also important. Government intervention in economic matters results in inefficiency. When government interferes in the economic matters, then the people, the individuals, they become lazy, they become inefficient. They become inefficient. So these are some of the defects of socialism or drawbacks of socialism. 6 simple sentences. Remember, students, you should always try to write your answer in points, in simple points and sentences, which can be easy for the examiner to understand. Okay, your paper presentation is very important here. Next, write a brief note on doctrine of non-violence. So now, doctrine of non-violence, it is Gandhian idea. It is Gandhian ideology. Doctrine of non-violence. Doctrine means principle. Doctrine means principle. Principles of non-violence. So what is non-violence? What do you mean by non-violence? Non-violence means we should not cause harm to others through our actions, words, or our thoughts. Actions, words, or our thoughts. So non-violence means not doing violence, physical violence, not to kill or harm anybody, not to hurt anybody through your actions, words, and thoughts. That is non-violence. Okay. Not to hurt or cause harm to anyone through your actions, thoughts, and words. That is non-violence. Next is non-violence is not, Gandhiji used non-violence not only as a means to fight against the British, but also to eradicate, to remove social evils. Okay. Social evils, be it the discrimination on the basis of caste, religion, gender, be it, you know, differentiation between the rich and the poor, or other social practices like, you know, sati system, then child marriages. So Gandhiji used this method of non-violence not only to fight with the Britishers, but also to eradicate social evils. Eradicate social evils. So here, truth, fearlessness. See, when you are, you know, following the path of truth, you will have courage, you will be fearless. So these are the two essential conditions of non-violence. Then you will not indulge in any kind of violence. Okay, be it through your actions or your words or your thoughts. When you are true, when you are on the path of truth, you will be fearless and you will be courageous. Okay, so these are the essential conditions for non-violence. Then, and one more thing we say here is, we cannot defeat anyone through violence. Okay, through violence, we cannot defeat anyone. We cannot defeat anyone with violence. Okay, so individual freedom becomes reality in the state of non-violence. So when there is non-violence, individual's liberty or freedom is protected. Okay, it becomes reality. So what is non-violence? Non-violence means love, kindness, selflessness. Love, kindness, and selflessness. These are the attributes of non-violence. Okay, so non-violence, it is regarded as the real force. It is regarded as the real force. So it is the weapon of the strong and not the weak. I told you just now, if you are on the path of truth, if you are fearless, then you can stand strong. Okay, so it is a weapon of strong, not for the weak. Okay, so this is doctrine of non-violence. Next is concept of satyagraha. This question was asked in your previous paper for 5 marks. Explain the concept of satyagraha. So Gandhiji explained satyagraha as a means to fight against the foreign rule and to achieve social and economic justice. So what is satyagraha? We call satyagraha as love force and soul force. We are adapting some measures, okay, through which we are fulfilling our demands. Means like that is hartal, hunger strike, non-cooperation, through this, not through violence. Okay, So Gandhiji formulated the word satyagraha when he was in South Africa. He used the word satyagraha for the first time when he was in South Africa. So what are the principles of satyagraha? Following the truth. Okay. Following the truth. Following non-violence. Following non-violence. To observe complete celibacy. What is celibacy? Brahmacharya. Okay. Having control over your desires. Having control over your desires. And not to eat more than necessary. Not to eat more than necessary. And we should not steal. Okay. One has to live on his labor. We should, live on our labor. That is our hard work. We should not depend on others. And we should not purchase foreign goods. And we should have tolerance for other religions. So these are some of the principles of satyagrahi. A person who does satyagraha is called as satyagrahi. Okay. So what are the principles of satyagraha? Non-violence, truth, okay, celibacy, not to eat more than necessary, not to steal, live on his own labor, should not purchase foreign goods, and should observe religious tolerance. We should have respect for the other religions. Let us see what are the forms of satyagraha. First one is civil disobedience. Okay, this was a movement organized by Mahatma Gandhi against the salt laws. Then we have non-cooperation. Again, non-cooperation movement was started by Mahatma Gandhi as a protest against Jallianwala Bagh incident. Then hunger strike, bhukh hartal we say. Then hartal is strikes. Okay. And hijrat. Hijrat is moving from one place to another. So these are some of the methods which a satyagrahi should use according to the necessity to fight against the foreign rule and to achieve justice. To fight against all types of injustice, that is to achieve justice, we should follow above methods, any of the above methods. Instead of indulging in violence, we should adapt any of the above methods. Now, let us move to the very short answers. The first one is individualism. Now, individualism, it means state, that is government, should leave the individuals alone. Okay, government should leave the individuals alone. Government should not interfere in the matters of the individuals. Okay, so there should be limited powers and functions to the state and maximum freedom to the individuals. So individualism, it advocates, maximum freedom to the individuals and limited powers and functions of the government. Okay, the powers and functions of the government should be limited and the freedoms of the individuals should be maximum. Then the word is derived from French word laissez-faire, which means leave alone. Okay, it is derived from the French word laissez-faire, which means leave alone. And individualist, the people who have advocated individualism, they are called as individualists. They considered state as necessary evil. State is a necessary evil. Why it is necessary? It is necessary to protect us. State will protect us. And why it is evil? It is evil because the freedom of the individuals are restricted. Okay. So they considered state as a necessary evil. Okay, I hope I'm clear with this very short answer. Next is neoliberalism. Okay, this neoliberalism, it supports classical liberalism. Okay, then again it is restoring laissez-faire, that is individualism. And it is against the modern welfare state and states' intervention and control of economic activities. If you see, in socialism, we said that state should control the economic activities, right? But neoliberalism, it says that state should not intervene, that is interfere and control the economic activities. So F.A. Fayak, Milton Friedman are some of the exponents. Okay, the exponents means they have supported or they have, followed this, the ideology, that is ideology of neoliberalism. Next is laissez-faire. This question was asked in your previous paper. Laissez-faire. Individualism is also known as laissez-faire theory. So what is individualism? It is laissez-faire. Okay, laissez-faire is a French word. This laissez-faire, it has derived from the French word, okay, which means leave alone. It is a French word. The meaning in English is leave alone. Okay, and it regards the individual. Here, individual is more important than society. Individual is the center of social life. Individual is more important here. According to this theory, individual freedom should be given maximum scope and state intervention should be reduced to minimum. So what does individualism says? Individualism says that individuals should have maximum freedom. If an individual has maximum freedom, then for self-interest, he will contribute. And the intervention, the interference of the state should be reduced to the minimum. The next is capitalism. So it is an economic and political system in which countries' trade and industry is controlled by the private owners for profit. Okay, in capitalism, the ownership of the trade and industry is in the hands of the people, private people, rich people, for profit. It is not in the hands of the state. It is in the hands of the private people, rich people, and they work for their own profit. Their aim is acquiring more profits. What is the aim of this capitalist? Their aim is to acquire more and more profits. So it will increase economic inequalities. Here the laborers are exploited. Okay, laborers are exploited and it will lead to economic inequalities. The rich will become more rich and the poor will become more poor. That is, economic inequality will increase. In capitalist society, if you see, there is economic inequality. Next is Marxism. So Marxism is a theory given by Karl Marx. Okay, that's why we are calling it as Marxism. It is also called as scientific socialism. The other name for Marxism. What is the other name for Marxism? Scientific socialism. Okay, now this was explained in Communist Manifesto. This theory, Marxism, was explained in Communist Manifesto, okay, written by Karl Marx. Okay, written by Karl Marx. So Communist Manifesto, it explains the Marxism. Okay, the Communist Manifesto is again written by Karl Marx. It aims at establishing classless society. Now, what does Communist Manifesto or the Marxism says? It says that society should be classless. Okay, they should. So with this classless society, we can eliminate economic inequalities. Economic inequalities can be eliminated if we establish classless society where you don't have rich or poor, all are economically equal. Okay, that is the aim of Marxism. Okay, what is the other name for Marxism? It is scientific socialism. You will get a question for this, 2 marks. From this chapter, you have 3 questions. So one, you can expect lazy spade, then capitalism, Marxism. Okay, these are some of the important questions. Next one is non-violence. Okay, so what is non-violence? Non-violence means not to harm others through your actions, words, or thoughts. So who advocated this? This non-violence was advocated by Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, during our freedom struggle. He used this non-violence as a weapon to fight against British and also to eradicate social evils. Okay, what is non-violence? It means not doing violence. Non-violence means not doing violence, not harming others through our actions, words, or thoughts. Truth and fearlessness are essential conditions for non-violence. This is what we have discussed before also. Okay, if you are true, if you are fearless, if you are courageous, then you need not indulge in violence. Okay, you with your truth only you can prove yourself. You need not indulge in violence to prove yourself. The non-violence means, what does it mean? It means love, kindness, and selflessness. Okay, so these were the important VSAQs. Another important question is Satyagraha. Okay, what is Satyagraha? Who used the word? Who formulated this word? Mahatma Gandhi. He formulated this word. When did he formulate it? When he was in South Africa. When Mahatma Gandhi was in South Africa, he formulated this word Satyagraha. And he used it as a weapon to fight against British and to eradicate social evils. He used the word Satyagraha to fight against the Britishers and to eradicate social evils. Okay. So he called Satyagraha is love force and soul force. It is through love. Okay, we are fighting against the Britishers and we are fighting to eradicate social evil. So our weapon is our love. Okay, so Satyagraha, it totally depends on non-violence. So Satyagraha, it depends on non-violence. Next is trusteeship. Again, we have discussed this trusteeship in Gandhian principles. So again, this trusteeship was advocated by Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, it is a non-violent alternative to the revolutionary communism. Okay, it is a non-violent method of achieving, peaceful method of establishing economic equality. It was a revolutionary method to achieve economic equality. So what is this trusteeship? According to this, we should act as trustees to our own property. Yesterday also I told you, here trusteeship advocates that we should act as trustees of our own property. Okay, caretakers of our own property. And we should use what we need, and whatever excess or extra we have, we should give that to the needy. So this will reduce economic inequalities. Okay, trusteeship says that we should act as caretakers or trustees of our own property. Next is non-cooperation. So this was the movement started by Mahatma Gandhi during our Indian national movement, our freedom struggle. This movement was started in 1920. It was from 1920 to 1922. This was the first movement started under Gandhian leadership. Okay. Under the leadership of Gandhiji, this was the first movement. Okay. Why this movement was started? It was started against as a protest against Jallianwala Bagh incident, where thousands of people were, innocent people were killed. Thousands of innocent people were killed. So against that incident, as a protest against that incident, Gandhiji started non-cooperation movement in 1922. Again, this non-cooperation movement you will study in your second year as well. So it is completely a non-violent movement. It was Gandhiji, he believed in non-violence. So this movement was non-violent. So how did we, fought with the Britishers? Okay, boycott of foreign goods, use of Swadeshi goods was encouraged during this movement. Okay, boycott of British goods, British offices was encouraged, and use of Swadeshi goods was also encouraged during this movement. Okay, it was a method used by Gandhiji against Britishers during our freedom struggle. During our freedom struggle. So I hope non-cooperation movement is clear to all of you. See here, after explaining this, I'll tell you how you can write your, LAQ, ideas of Gandhi. If you are learning this very short answers, or if you are learning LAQ, you can write very short answers. The last question is civil disobedience. Okay. So what do you mean by civil disobedience? It is the refusal of citizens to obey the laws of the government. The citizens, okay, they are refusing to obey the laws of the government. Disobey means refusing to obey. Civil means the citizens, the people. Okay. So what is civil disobedience? It is refusal to obey the laws of the government. So who is refusing? Citizens are refusing to obey the laws of the government. Now, who advocated this movement, civil disobedience movement? Again, it was Mahatma Gandhi who started this civil disobedience movement during our freedom struggle. Actually, this movement was started by Gandhi as a protest against, salt laws. Britishers, they made some salt laws. So as a protest against those salt laws, Gandhiji started this civil disobedience movement. So it is also known as, the other name for this is salt Satyagraha. Okay, it is also known as salt Satyagraha. So Gandhiji, along with his followers in 1930, along with his followers, he went to a small village called Dandi in Gujarat from his ashram. Okay, then there he produced salt. So it is also called as salt Satyagraha. And Gandhiji, he marched from his ashram to Dandi village. So it is also known as Dandi March. It is also known as Dandi March. Salt Satyagraha, civil disobedience, or Dandi March. All three are one and the same. So this movement was from 1930 to 1934. Okay, from 1930 to 1934. So what do you mean by civil disobedience? Disobedience means disobeying, refusing to obey. Okay, refusing to obey, that is disobedience. So citizens, they refused to obey the laws made by the government. Okay, for the freedom of our country. Okay, this was one of the important, protest movement during our freedom struggle, which was, headed by Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, this movement took place from 1930 to 1934 under the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi. So with that, we have completed your chapter 5. The weightage for this chapter is 21 marks. I told you, you will get 1 LAQ, you will get 1 SAQ, and coming to VSAQs, you will get 3. So 10 marks, 5 marks plus 6 marks. So the total weightage is The total weightage is 21 marks. So how you can learn the answers? I'll give you a trick. I'll show you how you can easily learn the answers. You need not learn all the answers. See, if you see, if a question is asked on Gandhism, so under Gandhism, you can write civil disobedience, non-cooperation, right? Then you can write trusteeship, satyagraha. Okay. And non-violence already we have done. Non-cooperation, non-violence. Okay, so non-violence, satyagraha, trusteeship, non-cooperation, and civil disobedience. These 4 answers, 4 or 5 answers of your VSAQs will make up to the 5 points of your LAQ. Okay, if you are unable to learn the LAQ, I'll keep it on the screen. I'll show you LAQ. So here you see non-violence, satyagraha, then you have trusteeship, non-violence, satyagraha, trusteeship. So 3 points. Then you have that non-cooperation movement and civil disobedience movement also you can write, because here under satyagraha we said that Gandhiji adapted this movements. He started civil disobedience, non-cooperation movements during our freedom struggle. So 3 to 4 points you can write if you are learning VSAQs. If you are learning VSAQs, you are able to write 3 to 4 points of your LAQ. So if you are learning LAQ completely, then you can write all your VSAQs. So make sure that you are learning one chapter completely. Don't leave the questions in that chapter. Okay, always learn according to the weightage of the chapter. because we don't know which question will come, right? Now, last time socialism was asked. So this time we can expect Gandhism, or they may repeat socialism. You can't, be sure that last time socialism was asked, so this time Gandhism will be asked. We can't be so sure about it. Okay, there are chances. So to be on safer side, we should learn other questions as well. I hope I'm clear with the 5th chapter, political ideologies. That is, we have discussed Gandhism, socialism, individualism. Okay, now we'll move to your next chapter, the lengthiest chapter in the whole syllabus. This is the lengthiest chapter. In this chapter, you will learn, different political concepts. So what are the different political concepts which you are going to learn in this chapter? You have law, liberty, equality, justice, power and authority. Law, liberty, equality, okay, justice, power and authority. These are the 5 political concepts that constitutes your 4th chapter. So when you are learning law, you will be learning kinds of laws. Okay, when you are learning liberty, you are learning kinds of liberty, kinds of equality, kinds of justice, kinds of power. So this is very confusing. So for every concept, you have kinds. So this is the lengthiest chapter, but it has got weightage of 21 marks. That means you will get 1 LAQ, 1 SAQ, and 3 BSAQs from this chapter. So what are the important questions? So we will study each concept separately. First, we'll deal with law, after that liberty. So what are the important questions in concept law? After that, we will study liberty, important questions of liberty, then equality, justice, power and authority. So in law, you have various sources of law. Then we have features of law, kinds of law and rule of law. So when you are learning kinds of law, you will come to know about constitutional law and positive law. Okay, these are the important questions in this one concept, that is law. So like this, you will have important questions in all other concepts. So quickly, we will start with the question LAQ. Define law, explain its various sources. So from where we got laws, or from where do we get laws? We can say like this also. From where do we get laws? What are its sources? Source means in Hindi we say Zariya. So what are the sources of law? From where do we get law? So before going into the sources, let us know the meaning and definition of this word law. Okay, so political science treats law as the foundation of its subject matter. Okay, so see, what does the government do? Government, it makes law to control the activities of the citizens. So law is the foundation of the political science. It is the foundation of the political science. So this term law, it is derived from the German word, or we say Teutonic word. German word or Teutonic word, lag. Okay, it has derived from the word lag. The word law It has come from the German word lag. Okay, it has come from the German word lag. What does this word lag means? Lag means to lay or to set. So rules or regulations or laws, they are laid down. They are fixed. Something fixed. So the word lag, which means to lay, to set, or something fixed. Laws are fixed. Laws in general meaning, if you say laws means rules and regulations. We'll take an example. Your college timings are fixed. 9 to 5 or 9 to 4:30. It is fixed, right? That is the rule. Everybody should, come to college by 9 o'clock and they can leave only after 4:30 or 5. That is fixed. So laws, what is the meaning of the word lag? It means something fixed. So laws are always fixed. So what is law? Law denotes fixed code of conduct. Fixed code of conduct. That means you have to follow certain rules and regulations. And these rules and regulations will regulate. Regulate means control. Rules and regulations, they'll control the external behavior of man. It controls the external behavior of the man. For example, your college time is 9 o'clock and you're coming at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. You will be punished for it. Yes or no? So, if you are late, you will be punished. So, you will try to come in time. So, you're here, it is controlling your external behavior. That rule is controlling your external behavior. So, law, it denotes the fixed code of conduct which controls or regulates the external behavior of man by the political sovereign authority. Okay, I hope I'm clear with the introduction of the word law. What is law? From where did we derive this word? Law, it is derived from the German word, Teutonic word lag, which means to lay or to set. It means something fixed. So laws are nothing but the rules and regulations which every individual has to follow in a political society, in a political organization. So government, it controls the citizens through laws. It controls the activities, the behavior of the citizen through laws. So let us see the definitions. Different political thinkers, they give different definitions. Let us see the simple one, the more easy one. First one is given by John Erskine. John Erskine, he said that law is the command of the sovereign. What is law? Law is nothing but it is the command. Command means order. Who is the sovereign? The supreme authority. Supreme authority. Okay. So what is law? Law is the command of the sovereign. That is the order of the supreme sovereign authority. And they contains common rule of life. It is common for everybody, for his subjects. Subjects means the citizens. Okay, subjects means the citizens. So the supreme political authority, he will make the laws for his subjects. And everybody will oblige it, will follow them. Okay, everybody will follow those laws. Okay, for example, the management of a college, they have, framed some laws for their rules or regulations for the staff and the students. So management is the sovereign authority. Okay, the rules are nothing but the commands or the orders, and staff and students, they are the subjects and they are obliging it. They are accepting and following it. Okay, They are accepting and following it. Okay, I hope I'm clear with this definition given by John Erskine. Now, let us see another definition given by T.E. Holland. Another definition given by T.E. Holland. Law is general rule. What is law? It is nothing but a general rule for external human actions, to control your actions, external actions, and they are enforced by Soviet political authority, implemented by Soviet political authority. Okay, laws are nothing but general rules. With these rules, the the Soviet political authority is controlling the external actions. So, this T.E. Holland has identified different sources of laws, 6 sources of laws. There are 6 sources of laws: customs, religion, scientific commentaries, judicial decisions. So, customs are your, in Hindi we say riti rivaj. Religion is, mazhab. Scientific commentaries. Scientific commentaries are the comments given by the learned people, intellectuals. Judicial decisions, we say adjudications. They are the judgments given by the court. Equity. Here, the judges, they'll, take decisions. It is also known as theory of fairness. And legislature. We say legislature is the direct source of law. Legislature is a direct source of law. So, how many sources are there? There are 6 sources of law. There are 6 sources of law. I'll repeat, what are the 6 sources? Customs, religion, scientific commentaries, judicial decisions, equity, and legislature. Okay, so these are the 6 sources of laws which we have to deal in detail. We have to write about it in detail. Okay. This is your LAQ. This is just the introduction part of your answer. You need to write the introduction, then you have to write the definition, at least one definition. At least one definition is important here. Okay, so when we say sources, so in tomorrow's session, we will discuss in detail the sources of law. Okay, we will discuss the sources of law in detail in your next class. Okay, this is an important topic. This was asked in your last exam also for 10 marks. Sources of law. We will discuss this tomorrow in detail. But by then, just try to understand what is law, what are its definitions. Okay, I repeat the word law. It is derived from the German word lab, which means, in simple words, you need not write all this. You can just write law means something fixed. Okay, and the laws are imposed by the Soviet political authority to regulate or control the external behavior. Okay, so in next class, we will discuss sources of laws in